Topic for this week is a program called Irfanview. Irfanview is another free program. I always try to find free programs to share. And what this lets you do, it lets you view images and do some manipulation of images on your computer. It's not Photoshop, so you can't really go in and do a whole lot of heavy manipulation. But I'll demonstrate a couple things you can do with Irfanview. Um, so that maybe if you're going to use this for again, as an educator, as a business person, as a hobbyist that does photography, it lets you do some really interesting things for free. So when you open an image up in Irfanview, which this is a picture I took of a couple little fawns in my backyard, you can do a few different things. So I want to mention a few of these by some of the different examples. So one thing I want to note is down at the bottom, it shows a couple different things. First, it shows the dimensions of the image. It shows the percentage. So right now, I am only at 30% of this image. I can zoom in if I want, and there's some purposes and or some necessary purpose to do that. Um, but I'm going to show you a couple things about that in a minute. This image is also 34.3 megabytes. What does that mean? Well, if you're talking about storage capacity, it may not be as important as it used to be, but it used to have to keep your eye on the size of files. If somebody is uploading an image online, sometimes that only gives you a specific parameter that allows you to upload file size up to maybe, I don't know, uh, 5 megabytes. So Irfanview will let you solve a couple problems for this. One thing it'll let you do is if you go to the image menu, and notice there's a lot of different tools you can use through here. I'm not going to show all of them. I just wanted to show you a couple. And hopefully it'll spark your attention enough that you want to get in here and play around. So if you go to image and resize, you can resize your image. Now, why would you do this? Well, one, as I mentioned, if you're going to upload an image to somewhere, it has to be a certain number of megabytes. So what I can do is I can come in here and just simply make it half of what it was. Now when I make it half, you would think it went from 34 to 17, but actually it goes into really almost a fourth. So now this image is 8.58 megabytes, and it's still only 59%. So I keep a lot of the resolution that I had before. I could come back in and go to resize it again and make it half of that size again. And now we're at 100%. It's 2.15 megabytes, and still keeps the keeps the basis of the picture. Didn't really lose anything. That's what's great about cameras that have high resolution. Um, you can take a picture and it keeps the without being grainy. It keeps the resolution of the picture fantastic. You can flip through pictures in your folder by using this arrow back for previous and back. Let me show you a couple things to do with this image different than the other. Um, Under the image menu, there's a lot of different things. One thing you can do is do some color corrections. Now, again, this is nothing like a program like Photoshop. You can do different things, but you can, if you have a picture that needs brightened up or darkened. What's nice, it shows you the preview and the new image. You can actually give it like, if you want to give it like a reddish hue or, change the color. You come in and do some gamma corrections. Again, you may not need to do this, but it's kind of a nice option that's built in. So, it gives kind of that effect. So I'm actually going to take that back to the original. You can make it grayscale very easily. Some people think, wow, I really like black and white pictures or grayscale pictures. Easily done in Irfanview. Built into here, there's a red eye correction. There's actually some neat effects. So if you want to make it have like a pixelized effect, it didn't seem to do that for some reason. I'm not sure why. I don't use these effects a lot, but oil painting, it makes it look like an oil painting. It might be the reason to do that is I might need to actually resize it a couple times to get it down to a more manageable size. See if the images, if those work after it's resized. Yeah, did a little bit. Okay, so go to another picture just to show an example. Now, here's a picture here where you might want to come in and do something like um, do some color corrections. So with this, I might want to um, do some, you can rotate your images here, flip them. So yeah, maybe I want to flip it horizontally, do that type of thing to give a different appearance. So again, for a free program, this does a lot of really interesting things. Um, what did I want to do here? You can sharpen it, make it a little more crisp. You know, within reason, if you do that too much, it can be a little crazy. So next image I want to deal with is this is a nice couple that I sold a house to not too long ago. And if you look at this picture, took with my drone, you can see them. Now this again, this picture is only 29%. Something you can do is I can, if I don't want to show, say, for example, this garbage can. Now in Photoshop, I can go and remove that in a different way, but maybe all I want to do is I want to focus on the folks and their dog. So I can put a box around what I want to keep, and I can crop this. Well, you crop by going to Edit, and you go to Crop Selection. And that cuts out anything around it, and it focuses on the area you want to keep. I can still, if I want to crop it even more, I can put a box around what I want to keep, and I can crop it some more. So it gives you that option to do those types of things. Okay. Um, So again, this is Irfanview, free program, lets you do a lot of things. Again, I only touched on some of the key features you can do with this program. But again, if you want to check it out, just Google or go to irfanview.com, download it, and have some fun with it.